Success is not a race, it's a journey. The moment you start rushing it, you lose sight of why you started. Before this video starts, I think I kind of owe you guys a little bit of a reason for why I kind of disappeared for a couple days. It's not that I got bored or that I didn't feel like doing YouTube anymore. I got sick for at least a good 3 days, and right now I'm still kind of recovering a little bit from the sickness, so I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit off, but usually these videos always seem to come out better when I'm sick for some reason. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an apology for not uploading for however long. I think it's only been 2 days since my last upload, but needed to give you guys some type of an apology before we started. Love you guys. All right, anyways, back to the video. Why is it that now more than ever we feel as we have to be in competition with everybody? You know, I think it really is probably just the age of social media now, where just times are changing, where it feels like you got to be the best, you got to be the fastest, and your success is determined on how fast you reach the top. And if you're not there, then you're just simply failing. And I've felt this pressure a lot. And as I've gotten older, that pressure has just gotten more and more and more exhausting, you know? You always got to race to be the best. You got to start becoming what you want to be as soon as you turn 18, or you got to know what college you want to go to. You got to know what degree you want to go to. There's no time for you to really explore anymore, you know? If you're not hitting your goals as fast as somebody else that's hitting that same goal, you're falling behind. And you might even start rushing the process that you have a little bit. And I mean, this is nothing new, but that race that you're running in your head isn't even real. I'm serious. Your success isn't determined on how many people you're ahead of or how many people that you're beating. It's just about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about becoming better than the person that you were yesterday. But like I said, the age of social media and the age of people nowadays, we're just so obsessed with winning, and we lose sight of being able to grow, being able to learn, being able to take our time with things. You know, it's you got to be able to just quickly be able to identify what it is you want to do in life, get it over with quickly, get that well-paying job, etc. There's no time for you to actually laugh, grow. There's no time for you to actually be able to decipher the things that you want to do or anything. You have to just reach the top automatically, or you automatically become a failure and you have to do something else. It's just so weird now, you know? I think you guys already know this, right? But I mean, I've compared myself to so many other people, friends, YouTubers, etc. I've had so many other people that I looked at their life and I just go, damn, man, they already got a kid and a family and a life, and I'm still here trying to figure it out. And a lot of times I thought about quitting, I'm not gonna lie, because I thought that in this race that I was in, I was losing it, and that I wasn't gonna just keep growing. Like I said before, that race isn't real, because the only race that you're in is the race with yourself. The race that they're in isn't the one that you're running. Be so for real with that. Think about it. They have a life, they have kids, they have a successful whatever it is, because that's the race that they had to run. But it's not the race that you're running. You'll get there when you get there, but it's gonna take time. And the only way you will never see that type of success is when you give up, because you get so obsessed about being the best. You don't focus on the things that actually matter. You're trying to rush to the finish line so fast that you're not actually developing the skills that you need. You're not actually taking the time to build the things that you want to build, to do the things that you want to do. You're not sitting down and, okay, I want to be a game designer. Okay, what part of game design do you want to do? This is the thing that really got me, because there's so many aspects to game design that I thought that it was just game design. But there's programming, there's sound, there's lighting, there's music, there's so many avenues of game design. Sit down and focus on, what do you want to do the most? Okay, you want to make podcasts. What type of podcast? What host do you want? What people do you want on the podcast? What jokes do you want to crack, etc.? Like, there are so many things to think about and to hold in and to develop. And you're only in that race with yourself. You're not in that race with other people. You got to start enjoying that process. Instead of seeing your passion as competition, you got to see it as something you love to do. Because the last thing that you want to do is burn yourself out. And I've been burnt out so many times. It's insane. I constantly feel like I'm never going to be good enough. I'm never going to be good enough. And the situations that are around you are going to be the biggest dictators of that. I know I talk about this job a lot, but it's really something that really like made me realize where I wanted to be in life, right? Because that job constantly was just negative on negative and putting me down every single time. And like I said, you start to burn out because you start to feel like nothing I do will ever be enough. You try to accomplish something and people push you down. It's not enough. You try to do something. It's not enough. Too solid in the back. Okay, I'm sorry. That was Kendrick Lamar. I'm sorry. I'll stop. It worked, did it not? But nah, like, you just don't feel satisfied. You just burn out, and it sucks because, like, I felt that way, and it hurts so badly because the worst part is that you start to lose sight of why you did this in the first place, you know? I remember a while back ago why I never really gave up on YouTube, and that's one of the things. Shout out to my sister. The first time I ever bought a capture card, it was an Elgato. No, it wasn't an Elgato. It was a Roxio. I remember I thought Roxios were the greatest thing ever. I remember I bought a Roxio. My sister came in my room and she saw me unboxing it and setting it up, and she was like, "Oh, what's all this?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm about to start like recording my gameplays." And the first thing she said to me was, instead of being like, "Oh, this is weird," or "Oh, don't do this," she said, "I could see you doing this, and you better make a lot of money off of this." And then she left. She didn't put the dream down. She didn't say anything that made me feel like I was in the wrong direction. She legit pushed me to want to do this. And I think that's one of the reasons I never gave up, was because my sister's voice still echoes in my head like, yo, I could do this if I really put the time and effort into it. But it's about not giving up that race. Because sometimes the race to be the best is sometimes a way of avoiding success. Think about it for a minute. Some people rush success because they're scared of what happens when they get it. We've talked about this before. You don't feel ready. You don't believe you deserve it. You don't know what comes next after you win. But instead of actually building something sustainable, you try to force that success. And when it doesn't happen instantly, you quit. You know, like a lot of people just using AI to make videos or stuff like that. It's not something you're putting your passion behind, and you quit when you don't see that success come immediately. The truth is that success isn't about the speed you get there. It's about sustainability. If you're constantly chasing success, but you don't feel satisfied, you got to stop comparing your timeline to other people's. Everyone's journey is going to be different. Your journey is not somebody else's journey. Your time and what effort you put in isn't going to be the same as somebody else's effort and time that they put in. Focus on your own growth. You gotta, like I said, be better than the person you were yesterday. Become better should be your goal, not beating the other person that has the same goal as you. You gotta love the process. You gotta redefine what being the best means. And the most important thing is to have patience. Really, it takes time. You can't rush it. You think I would love to drop a video that would get 100,000 views and 80 million likes? Like, I would love to. I would love to have a video out right now that would hit those numbers. But these things take time. It's not just as simple as, oh, let me just make this video and quickly get this out and then it'll be a hit. Like, you gotta have patience. You gotta have to wait for these things to come. There is no race in this game of life. No one's forcing you to win. No one's forcing you to do things faster. I mean, of course, there's going to be people in your life that try to push you. At the end of the day, the race is just a race with yourself. You're only competing with yourself to be better than who you were yesterday. Take your time, build something real, because when you finally reach success, you don't want to feel like you rushed through life just to get there. And that's where I'll leave it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you're notified of videos that I make. Do anything that you guys can to help my non-existent videos be seen. And with that, Desaya, signing off.